It's a memo. Now for the top story tonight, why are health insurance costs rising so dramatically? We asked Fox business guy Lou Dobbs to explain it to us so that even I can understand it. All right. Simple is best.
All right, here we go. In the case of rising premiums, because drugs are costing more, medical care is costing more, but what is going on in the instances in which we're talking about Blue Shield, for example, in California, a 59% hike in premiums. That is the result of a death spiral that has been initiated by Obamacare. These Democratic leaders knew what they were doing. President Obama knew what they were doing in launching Obamacare and moving it to law. And that is to force those who must to withdraw from the private insurance system because the premiums are simply too high, leaving the people who are sickest and obviously the heaviest consumers of medical care in the private insurance system. The insurance companies will fail and will.
So you're telling me that the insurance companies like Blue Cross and WellPoint know they're going to lose a lot of customers?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so that they're now gouging to make up for that loss down the road.
Yeah, I won't use the word gouging.
I will.
Okay.
Because my insurance increased $3,000 this year, and I have United Health Insurance, Oxford, and I got nothing extra for it. Nothing. All right? That's 15% rise, and it could not be explained to me. You say drugs and health care costs are going up. They go up every single year. They never go down. Well, it's going to come to a point where America's just not going to be able to buy the drugs.
Well, America could buy drugs if we retain the free enterprise system and a system of innovation in the private sector and left medicine to doctors and physicians.
But I don't understand that. If the companies, the big companies, are raising the price of drugs every year in a free marketplace, which they have a right to do, they're pricing themselves way out of the individual's ability to get them.
They are, and making it possible for Obamacare to have been established in the first place.
Right.
So 50% of all health care dollars spent in this country are spent by the federal government. We talk about socialized medicine, but half of the country is already government run.
Medicare and Medicaid.
Exactly.
So the companies know they can raise the money, they can raise the prices on the drugs, and the feds will pay it, and the state will pay it. And so they continue to raise it. But then where does it stop?
It doesn't stop until this death spiral is completed. That is, everyone who cannot afford what is happening now in private insurance withdraws from the private insurance because they can't afford the premiums. And what is left are those who have to sacrifice everything to maintain the premium because their children, they themselves, are absolutely dependent upon that insurance.
But this is so chaotic, it gives me a headache. Well, I mean, it's unbelievably chaotic. And now the CBO comes out, and that's a nonpartisan group that the Republicans have often used in the past, and says, look, if you repeal it, you add another $230 billion because the prices will keep going up, as I just said, and they'll be unchecked.
The reason this is critically important, and we're sitting in the no-spend zone, $230 billion is the answer from the Congressional Budget Office, nonpartisan, as you suggest. But what are these numbers based on? They're based on some of the most bizarre assumptions. And by the way, they've been called out on it, the Obama administration and the Democratic Party. Rick Foster, who is the Health and Human Services actuary, absolutely said to the Congress and to the Obama administration, your $500 billion estimate on savings in Medicare to support Obamacare is bull.
It's bull.
It's double counting.
So that's what I said in the talking points memo. Look, this is pure speculation, and it is based on an arcane system that nobody understands. But let's just get back to the folks. All right. The best thing for the people watching our program right now, look, they want to protect themselves and their family from disease. All right? I'm wealthy. I can afford these premiums, the $3,000. A lot of people can't. They can't afford it. They can't afford to buy WellPoint or Blue Shield anymore. So what is best for them?
What is best for them would be a competitive exchange program in which
all across the country, all health insurance companies compete.
Compete. What a novel idea. Instead, we've got 50 regulators in 50 states now.
And I've said that, and you've said that from the jump. We want competition. But what is to stop if 50% of the healthcare industry is paid by federal dollars? The insurance not the insurance companies, but the drug companies and the doctors and the hospitals continue escalating prices because they know the government will pay them.
And in fact, prices supported by the federal government have risen by 35% more than the national average.
So
in other words,
that's
that
just
money,
crazy.
Well, it's a very simple thing. When you put that many dollars into the system, they're going to go somewhere. They're going to drive inflation. And that's precisely what's happening.
So do you
with
want price controls?
Absolutely not. What I want is competition.
But there is no competition in the drug area. Whoever discovers the drug can market the drug.
Absolutely.
And there's not like 16 drugs that can help you with leukemia.
That's right. And by the way, there are only 4 companies right now based in the United States doing that innovation. We are looking at what is a global competition.
But how do you keep the price of drugs down if you don't impose price controls?
By opening the market. What we're talking
about. But there isn't a market. 1 or 2 companies control it.
Well, no, actually, there are quite a number of companies.
For specific maladies, there are just a few drugs.
And those drugs are expensive to produce.
Right.
And that is the reality. But the other reality that's being ignored here is we are sitting here under the crushing burden of Obamacare. We are now being taxed and feed on the basis of that.
So you say, and I only have a minute left, if it's repealed, the free market will drive the cost of medical down?
No, there are a couple of steps in between. Amongst the steps will be an absolute discussion, a debate nationwide on the issue of health care. There was no involvement of the American
people. You can discuss all you want, but everybody's paying the money out of their wallet.
And that's why it is urgent that it be replaced.
I don't know. I think there's got to be some control in this area. This is life or death. This isn't a hamburger joint.
Absolutely.
You know?
And that's why we've got 50 regulators in 50 states who aren't doing their job for the most part.
Absolutely. All right. Lou Dobbs, everybody. In a moment.